Today, Jonah Gonchafra here, and for this week's Touch of Class Virtual Learning Edition, I have with me Amanda Todd from Harvest Christian Academy. Half a day, Amanda.
Hi, Joan. Nice to meet you.
Same here. So first off, why don't you tell us the subject that you teach at Harvest Christian Academy?
Yeah, I teach ninth grade geography and 12th grade government and economics.
Wow, those were my
So,
favorite courses back in high school.
oh, really? That's awesome. Yay. I like to hear that. I like
Well,
having both ends of the spectrum. It's fun.
with everything going on, um, a lot of the classes, a lot of schools have kind of shifted online, and for that, teachers have had to adjust their teaching styles. What have you had to do?
Well, there's definitely been a lot of adjustments, but probably the biggest adjustment that I've had to make is restructuring my special days.
Mhm.
So when we're in person normally, about every month or so, I try to kind of create this whole big room transformation, and it's just like to get the kids totally engaged and involved on with all of their senses. So the room's redecorated. It's like an activity that's rigorous but still fun, and it's all themed. And I usually try to pair this, they don't really know this, but I try to pair it with the boring or hard concepts. The ones that we struggle to really get engaged to, I kind of overcompensate for it. But it's always a lot of fun, um, and I've done things like a medical theme, and we dissect the Constitution, or data and donut fair. And this concept isn't original to me. It's from a book called Be the Wild Card by Wade and Hope King. It's a really great book. I'd recommend it. But I've gotten the idea from there, and I thoroughly enjoy doing them. But being online, it's not as much a possibility. It's a lot harder to engage everybody's, all the senses when you're teaching. But I tried one kind of transformation for our International Day a week or two ago. So normally all of us, we all dress up and it's a lot of fun, but we couldn't do that so much. They could still dress up if they wanted, but we decided to try a bake along, since food and culture go hand in hand, right? I mean, we know that, we live on Guam.
Definitely.
Yeah, so we tried to bake along with my seniors. I tried it with the seniors. Um, and so they had three options. They could either do the homemade brownie recipe with me, and we all had our videos on and we were all cooking together, or they could be making box brownies or whatever they had in their fridge. That was the second option, just to be cooking while we're all together. And then the third option was, just in case, someone didn't have that possibility, they were our sports commentators, kind of, and they were commenting on all of our videos and our cooking and keeping up the conversation. And that was the first time I tried any kind of room transformation on Zoom, and it was really fun. It was a good time to connect with my students in a little bit of a different way. And then we all had brownies, so it was a good Friday.
And
So.
one of the things I wanted to ask too is how your kids are doing. Obviously, having to deal with what is going on currently with COVID, and then having
Mhm.
to make this change, teaching and learning online. How have they been doing through this all?
Overall, I've been really thoroughly impressed with my students. This has been a challenge in self-discipline and organizational skills for a lot of them. But even though there have been moments of growing pains, they really are persevering and they are trying their best. And I know this will make them stronger students and adults in the future. So I'm so proud of them. They have really been trying. They've been troopers. Their families as well. The family's dedication has been amazing, and they've been so supportive. The parents have, with the kids and with us. So their sacrifice does not go unnoticed, because I know this is hard for everyone at home. But the kids keep up the great work. They've been doing a great job of putting in the effort.
Nice. And is there anything that you want to get out to the community about everything? I know that teachers, the whole thing of teaching, parents getting a taste of it, having to do, to teach their kids a little bit while we were all stuck in lockdown. Is
Mhm.
there anything that you want to get out to our viewers?
Sure, yeah. You know, I guess I just want to remind our community about when it comes to teaching online, this is a hardship for students and teachers. It's not our norm, but it is a sacrifice we're willing to make for the safety of our community. I think history is great to show this. Like, this isn't the first time that kids have had to go through a hard time. We think even back to like World War II, kids were involved in victory gardens, collecting rubber, rations, things like that. um, and or even just like leaving their home in England, right, to go live in the countryside away from their parents. So kids have taken up the banner to help their communities before, and our students being online right now is the student and teacher version of helping our community as much as we can. So I would say, this is still a hardship. So remember your students and your kids and your teachers, because this isn't their norm and it is a sacrifice, but it's a sacrifice we're willing to make for our community. This is how we can serve our community. And we know it's not forever because history tells us that it's pretty cyclical. So we know it's not forever. So we're willing to put in and do our part for the community. So stay strong, Guam.
Well put, well put. But thank you so much, Amanda, and keep up the fantastic work that you're doing. And above all, stay safe.
Thanks. You too, Joan. Thanks for having me.